Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video.
Hey guys, so long time since Street Fighter Duel, and today we are back to Street Fighter Duel. Now there was nothing so much or big important things that happened. There's a few updates that happened, which we added HWA, which is a rotation always. Voodoo Battles, also a rotation. A few new Wonderland training maps. You can check that. There's many guides on them on YouTube how to achieve it if you want this. And we got what did we get? We get the Path of Trials again and Street Art. Street Art came back again. Here we go. And we have the anniversary. Now the anniversary is huge. This is one of the biggest anniversary gifts that I've seen. A whole month, 28 days of every single type of currency they gave you. For every 7 days you're gonna get, how much is this? 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 tickets of everything. 40 normal, selected, divination, and special summon. Absolutely crazy. This is worth a lot of money if you want to buy that for the shop. We absolutely thank the devs for this. And until that, we have until this happens, so 14 days until the celebration night. The celebration night, hopefully that they will give us something cool or an event or something. I don't know. The half anniversary was good with telling you all the stats of your account plus the 50% divination, which we got, which jury, and they did the 50% divination actually for Balrog. So I don't think that we're gonna get another 50% divination. I think we will have something else. So this is great. We have Lucky Ball as well. We have many things and Street Art, and we got 2 new characters. So Trendy Elena or Schoolgirl Elena, and we got Taoist Gen. Is it how we pronounce it?
Taoist.
So Taoist Gen. Okay, Taoist Gen. Taoist Gen really looks good. He's a support master type, so we'll be talking about him in this video, and in the other video we'll be talking about Elena. So let's go and check what is his skills and what's he about. So let's talk about his super. So he have 2 styles. He has the Heavenly Crane and the Earthly Mantis. When switching between them, he will heal your team, plus he will regenerate 250 gauge, no, combo gauge. I think it goes to 350, and he will heal by 180% of his attack. And Heavenly Crane, this, if you're in the Heavenly Crane form, you're gonna stay having this buff, which is increase the damage reduction by 30%, which is defensive. Heavenly Crane is always defensive unless he uses the C2. I'll talk about it. And the Earthly Mantis is offensive buff. Unless he uses his C2, it becomes defensive. We'll be talking about that too. So Earthly Mantis increases the damage bonus by 30%. It goes up to 40%. If you don't use his super and you stay on the Earthly Mantis, you will stay having the increased damage by 30%, which is really good. So the entire battle we have, if we're playing, let's say, Evil Ryu, we're gonna have 25% increasing in damage even if he dies. But this guy, if he's staying on the field, 40% increase in damage, but if he dies, the buff goes away. So let's keep that in mind. His passive. Now, just like his skills, he have Heavenly Crane and Earthly Mantis. When he starts, he will get a passive, which is Heavenly Aura and Earthly Aura, depending on what would you start with, and you will always start with Heavenly Aura. So we'll start depending on the combo that he has or whenever he unleashes it. So he starts with Heavenly Aura, increases the damage reduction of the friendly fighters by 20%. So on top of the 40% that he has from the Heavenly Mantis, he will have the Heavenly Aura, and it's 20% over the 40% that he has for damage reduction. Earthly Aura, when he switch, increase the damage bonus by for the fighters by 20%, which he has 40, so it's 60% bonus damage. So while Heavenly Aura is active, increase the lifesteal rate by 10%, while Earthly Aura is active, increase the crit rate by 10%, which is really good actually for both of the teams. Crit rate, not that much. We don't depend on crit rate that much because we're playing units that have crit rate, and we can play someone on top of them like Chun-Li that gives them crit rate. What we care about the most is crit damage, and this guy buffs crit damage the most in the game, and we'll be talking about this soon. I will not read all of this. I will tell you what this does, and we're gonna go straight up to Heavenly Aura. He can cheat death two times. When he's taking fatal damage and he has the Heavenly Aura, he shatters the Heavenly Aura and stay alive. And when shattering the Heavenly Aura, he has a buff. He give it to the team. It's restore HP equal to 420% of attack for friendly fighters in the area, and on the level 4 it becomes for everybody because it's the area, it becomes covering all the battlefield. It means everybody will restore the HP and increase life steal by 20% for the end of the battle. For the end of the battle, you're gonna have the 20%, so you don't care about the Heavenly Aura anytime. So the Heavenly Aura, it seems that it doesn't have a duration, and the Earthly Aura doesn't have a duration, but when you unleash it and it chatters, this is the effect that you're gonna get from it. So it's also there for the entire battle, and when it shatters, great. Now I understand how it goes. So, and the second time he's gonna die, and if he's on Earthly Aura, he's gonna shatter Earthly Aura, gain the buffs, give the buffs, and not die. Cheat death. So 2 times cheat death, and if he has them again, the Heavenly Aura and the Earthly Aura, he will not actually have cheat death anymore. So keep that in mind. So Earthly Aura deal damage equal to 420% of attack to all enemies in an area and increase the crit rate of all friendly fighters by 20% until the end of the battle. So 20%, and if you re-trigger and get the Earthly Aura again one more time, you're gonna get that 10%, so that's 30%, which is really good actually for a crit rate, and here you're gonna get to 30% life steal. So that's this, and his C2, which is so complicated, but I'll be talking very quickly about it because it's not that hard actually. It's very complicated to read the first time when it happened to me. So when in Heavenly Crane style, unleash Heavenly Curse to summon 1 talisman behind the line. So it means in the anchor and behind your last unit, and he just flies through your lineup like Superman. And talisman behind the talisman then flies forward, increasing the damage reduction for all friendly fighters touched by it by 10%, and restoring HP equal to 12% of attack to them every second for 10 seconds. Now he applies Heaven Hex to 1 friendly fighter with the highest attack for 15 seconds. You have 15 seconds to deal 1000% of damage with that unit that got buffed. And when you do that, you break the Heavenly Hex and you give that that unit that dealt 1000% and had the Heavenly Hex, you remove the Heavenly Hex from them and you give them attack for 20% for 10 seconds. 10 seconds, which is good actually. Whenever you use the C2, you'll have this talisman, you need to deal damage with the C3 with your heavy carry with the highest attack, so you can get 20% bonus attack for 10 seconds, which is good. It sounds like hard to do, but it's not, it's really good. With the rotation, you're gonna use the C2 anyway, plus you're gonna use the C3 of your carry anyway. So and this is when I said it becomes a buff. So remember when I told you that Heavenly Crane is for defensive wise and Earthly Mantis for offensive wise? Now Heaven Hex, which is with the Heavenly Crane, with the Heavenly Mantis, is offensive, and the defensive comes with the Earthly Mantis, so it balances it. So you're not gonna be without a defense when you're playing Earthly, and you're not gonna be without an offense when you're playing Heavenly. So keep that in mind. This is why this unit is very balanced and very good actually. But you need this is not a unit to be playing an auto. This is a full manual unit. If you want to do the best scores with this unit, you need to play it on manual. You can't play it blindly just like E-Honda, like smash super whenever you have the combo meter. You need to time some shit with this guy. Okay, so when Earthly Mantis style, unleash Earthly Curse to deal damage equal to 567% of attack to the enemy with the highest attack, and inflict Earth Hex on the target for 15 seconds. Earth Hex reduces the target's attack by 15% and is removed when the enemy deals 1000% of attack. So, if you're playing in story mode or in PvP and you could stun them, they will never reach the 1000%, just like Gormagala can, and you will keep that debuff on them, which is really great, and protect your lineup. 15% is huge to remove from your enemy. And that's it, you increase the healing and you increase the attack, so 25% becomes the buff for the fighter, and the attack goes for 20%, and then it goes. Heaven Hex grants control immunity to all friendly fighters. That's great for 3 seconds. So Heaven Hex, when you have it on your friendly fighter for the first 3 seconds, you're gonna go control immunity, so nobody can interrupt you, which is really great, or charm you, freeze you, whatever. That's great. And Earth Hex reduces the target's damage reduction by 20% for its duration. So for its duration, if Earth Hex stays there on the enemy, they will have 20% damage reduction, which is just like the lifelink of a Rich Honda. Damage reduction reduced on the enemy, which is really great. And this is why he goes into the territory of Rich Honda and he becomes something like him in this aspect, which is really great. Now let's talk about his exclusive. Okay, Grand Enlightenment. Upon unleashing Heavenly Descent or Heavenly Curse, increase the fighter's healing by 5% until the end of the battle, stacks up to 20%, which is really good. Until the end of the battle, 20% of increasing the healing, which is great. Upon unleashing Earthly Descent, increases the fighter's crit rate to 20% until the end of the battle. It's great. And on plus 20, I think it goes 32% by 32%, which is really great. Now, his assist is one of the great assists, actually. Every 10 seconds, it jumps from something to something else. Also, when you're playing him as an assist, this is a manual gameplay. You need to count the 10 seconds, keep attention on the clock, know when to deal the damage and when to survive and preserve your combo meter so you can go and rush it out. So, grant the assisted fighter a buff when they enter the battle for the first time. The buff alternates between increasing damage reduction by 20% and bonus damage by 20%. This effect lasting for 10 seconds before alternating to the other buff, starting off with the damage reduction effect, which is good actually. You can wait 30 seconds, so damage reduction, buff, damage reduction, and after the damage reduction, on the 31 seconds, you're gonna get the buff so you can go and deal damage, which is good actually for the long runs. Plus 10, upon unleashing Tenchi Aura, increase the damage of all friendly fighters, combo 3 by 20% for 5 seconds, which is really good actually. For 5 seconds, the combo 3 by 20%, which means you can go back to back and this will be uptime 100%. Why? It doesn't refresh, it's 5 seconds. So what happens is you're gonna start with the super, go C1, go C2, and go C3. When this C3 ends, by the time you're gonna do super C1, C2, you're gonna get C3. That's 4 seconds. So the 5th second, you're gonna be hitting with the C3. This is how it goes. So it's very perfect and aligned with the C3 of any unit, unless it's a C3 that takes a lot of time. You know what I mean? Or a super that takes a lot of time, or whatever combo that you're gonna do. So at 20, we said that it will buff, and at plus 30, upon unleashing Tenchi Aura, increase the damage of all friendly fighters combo 3 by 50%. Now, it's not just only by 20%, it's by 50% for 5 seconds. 50% C3 hitting, increase the damage of it. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Now, the cards. Let's talk about the cards. The 3 out of 3, it's not that important. The 6 out of 6 is the most important. The 3 out of 3, it just straight up buffs your healing. So, the 6 out of 6, upon switching to Earthly Aura, increases the fighters, '(S), the fighters who's affected by Earthly Aura. It means the fighters that affected by Earthly Aura, it means all of the team. Crit damage by 80% for 15 seconds, which is absolutely crazy. And deals damage equal to 150% of attack to all enemies. It means 15 seconds. Do you know what 15 seconds means? 15 seconds, it means you can go to 160% damage. Crit damage. That's what you can do. Because one combo is 5 to 6 seconds if it's a fast combo. If it's a slow combo, you can go to 7 seconds. Still, you can go for 15 seconds with the 7 seconds. 7 and 7 is 14. So you can hit a crit damage with 160%, which is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely great. And I know that it sounds not crazy, but it's not with Flame Adon. No, don't think it's Flame Adon. Flame Adon is damage over time. It doesn't affect him by the crit damage. It affects his attack if you increase his attack. Not damage bonus also, his attack. So who benefits from this? Soul damage unit. It means Oni will dominate and own with playing this unit with him. So keep that in mind. All of you Oni users, if you build this guy will make Oni just shines like a beast. Keep that in mind. And yeah, that was it for showcasing our Gen. And the new Gen looks great. I love Gen. I'm a big advocate for Gen. I just built the other Gen. And by luck, I just got a copy of him, and I'm testing him. So I put him here, down here, and I'm testing him. Really, really good, solid unit. At 1 copy, he works. Not the best, the fullest works when he's maxed, but he works at 1 copy, just like Honda. If you check here, I think I did a run here, somewhere here. I didn't get the best score. I just did it regularly. I did it with E-Honda. Okay, so I did with Gen, and I almost got the same score. I was at 2.5, I think, 250. So I can go more and more if I manual. I did it just on auto, just to get the score. So keep that in mind. And yeah, that was it for the video.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fight. Time to fight.